Well, it's Monday, the 11th of July. Not as cold as last week, although it is a cool day. It's 22 degrees top apparently, but it feels a lot better than last week. I got my mowing finally done yesterday, and I did a pretty rough cut. There's a few areas I really should have gone over again. It was a bit difficult with the light for me to see exactly what I was doing, so I've got to head off to Cairns now, so that's a bit of a drag, but I've got a few things done. I also consumed some of this Swedish cider, strawberry cider, that I got gratis, 2 little bottles of it. It was sent with my gin, so they were a couple of freebies. It's sort of like a promotion thing that they're doing for this particular cider. I looked up the price, it's about $6 a bottle, so it wasn't a bad little freebie, worth about $12. And it was quite nice. It was supposedly strawberry lime combination, but I couldn't really detect the lime. But it had a sort of creamy texture, quite nice, as I said. It's interesting because I had this strawberry infused gin I bought duty free, the Beefeater. So strawberry seems to be very popular. Probably aiming more to a female audience with that particular drink, I would think. But I found it quite okay, but I don't know if I'd actually be paying, say, $14 for a 6-pack or whatever I saw advertised at Murphy's. Bit pricey. But actually I can make homebrew cider anyway. So that's something I'm thinking of doing, but I'm also thinking of making up a batch of Hoegaarden, and if I do a Hoegaarden batch, it's going to cost about the same as the Dockland Stout. So it's definitely a premium beer with more ingredients, and I looked at the prices for ingredients would be about $54. So that's at least a third more than for your bog standard beer. So it's still half price to what you pay. Well, Hoegaarden goes at a premium price too. It's the same price as you'd pay for stout, so it's pretty much line ball with the stout as far as the money. There's the savings by doing your home brewing. But I'd just be interested, I do really like that. I like Hoegaarden, and I'd really like to be able to duplicate it, and there definitely are recipes around. They say you use orange zest, which I've never used, so I'd have to look that up and see if I can buy that. I'm getting a delivery tomorrow from Coles, but I didn't include that in the items. But yeah, I finally did my bottling. I had to do a bit of a clean up because the fermenter was pretty full of gunk from the stout, quite a thick mix. So it took a fair bit of cleaning, but I think I only took about 1.5 hours to do my bottling and cleaning the ferment. It wasn't too bad. It's a bit robotic because you've got to clean the 30 bottles and also fill them. And but I did get a full 30 batch, which I've never done before. So usually it's about 27, maybe 28 bottles if I'm lucky. But this time I got the full 30, so that was a bit of a bonus as well. So it was good. So anyway, quite a pleasant day. I mean, it doesn't feel that cold. I got my wind cheater with me because I was freezing down at the hospital. I went there last week. I've got to go every Monday down to the hospital at the moment. And it can get a bit nippy inside. So, but it's very nice out right now. I've got no complaints. Beautiful day. But the meds may be a bit lethargic, but I've picked up as the week's going on. And like I said, I've done a few things I wanted to do. I did plant some seeds this morning, which I've been wanting to do for ages. And so I'm going to get into that big time and try to get some greens growing, but it's difficult up here. Capsicums I seem to be doing fine with. There's lots of flowers formed on them, so it's looking like it could be a decent crop, so that's good. But when it comes to peas and beans and stuff, I'm not having so much luck. Anyway, I'll keep working at it, and might be able to work out a way of making it grow. I mean, the guy down in Brisbane can do it. Self-sustainable me, I think he calls himself. yeah, he seems to be okay. So I don't know. He gets huge crops of snow peas, so it can be done. So I might have to duplicate what he's doing and get myself one of those raised beds and do it that way. It's my first step out of the house for almost a week now. I had to go to Cairns on Monday, and yeah, so it's been about 4 days I've been housebound, so I've got to go. Well, I think I have to go up to the pathology to have a blood test, but I'm not even 100% sure it's actually needed. But I'll do it anyway. Little confusion at the hospital, I think, about what's required. The medication doesn't seem to be knocking me about as much as I thought it would, which is good, except my voice is a little croaky, a little dry in the throat. You can probably tell by the tone of my voice. I had a bit of trouble sleeping the last few days, but no big deal. But feeling better I did the first week, so that's a good sign. So but it's bloody cool in FNQ at the moment, and I think yesterday morning it got down to about 12 degrees, and when I would go out to inspect the garden just to see how things are growing and do a bit of watering and what have you, because we haven't had any rain for a few weeks, or at least a week or so anyway, it feels very nippy, and I'm wearing my wind cheater, as you could see. It's a little grotty. I probably need to buy another wind cheater. I need a spare one. I better wash it tomorrow. But I think today's top temperature is only going to be 21 degrees. And it's been really cold in other parts of the area, like Atherton. I think it got down to about 4-point-something degrees minimum temperature. So these are really cold temperatures in the mornings. And today's only going to be a top temperature of 21 degrees, so yeah, it's very cool. This is the coolest I've encountered since coming up here. So yeah, interesting times. I could do with the walk. Like, I've been sedentary for 4 days. It's not good, apart from pottering around the garden, which is not sort of super strenuous. As I say, I could do with an uninterrupted night's sleep. I actually took a sedative last night and I still didn't sleep right through, so bit of a worry. Anyway, I think that'll do me a bit of good to have a walk up to the shops and back. I was going to go to Smithfield today, but I just don't feel up to it. I get a little bit of nausea with this medication, and so I took a dry biscuit before I embarked on this walk, and I feel a little better. But I wanted to catch up with the over 50s Northern Beaches group. They've got a gathering at 4 o'clock at a microbrewery, which is in Smithfield. And I was intending to check it out because they have dark beers there, and apparently it's had very good reviews, but I just don't feel up to it. I'd go to one if it was local, even Trinity Beach. I'd still probably front up, but couldn't be bothered going all the way to Smithfield, even though I could do with popping into Bunnings. So look, anyway, we'll see. I'll just pace myself. Hopefully my energy levels will improve and I get a bit more sleep. It's annoying when you had interrupted sleep, waking up every couple of hours. It's not a great way of getting decent rest. So thank God I'm not working. Anyway, I made a chicken curry yesterday, very happy with it, and I used fresh ginger as part of the ingredients, which I haven't done in the past. I've just used the powdered form, and I think it definitely makes a difference. I've actually never cooked with the fresh ginger before, but yeah, it's got a lovely smell. I harvested what I'd grown. I didn't get as big a crop as I was hoping, because I planted it, I would think 6 months ago, and I was hoping for at least a doubling of the size of the bulb, but I think it's barely that. So I've replanted a couple of pieces, and hopefully it'll regenerate. And I've still got probably about the same amount that I bought in the fridge to be used. So, I mean, I have had a net gain, but not as great as I was hoping. But I could persevere, and there's some really nice forms of ginger you can grow, which aren't harvestable as far as food is concerned, but they've got great flowers. So I might buy some and see how we go. Oh, the other good news today is too, I checked out my banana plant. It appears to have a new shoot growing, and that's good because one of its big leaves, it has two big leaves that have survived. One's still green, and the other one's just is gone totally dead. So the new shoot means at least the plant has actually got some life in it, and I've been feeding it with fertilizer. And I think apparently they are hungry plants, banana plants. They need a lot of feeding. So we'll see if that works. Well, I didn't even bother trying to ride the bike today. I don't feel up to it at the moment. If we had that connection to Clifton Beach, the bike path, I'd check that out, but until that happens, I mean, it is the best time of the year to bike ride too, because it's quite cool. But yeah, I just don't have the energy levels right at the moment, unfortunately. It's very annoying. Well, I suppose at least I got to get some exercise, but there's nothing open at the local shops. I looked it up online. Bloody Google's useless when it comes to things like this with public holidays and things. They listed the Echo, which is down in Brisbane, but they don't list the local one here, the local show day. So everything was shut. The bloody pharmacy was shut. As well as the pathology. It's not a big deal. I just bought myself a bowl of plonk. As I say, it's good to get out and have an exercise anyway. But I just can't believe how dead it is around here. It's just crazy. And of course the pathology isn't open tomorrow morning, so it's a pretty piss poor service. I don't think I really need to have a blood test. I'll send off an email to the hospital before I show up there on Monday, but I'm pretty sure it's not an issue. So I'm not that fussed. I mean, it's nice up here, but it is a little isolated, and of course when it comes to facilities like this, leaves a little to be desired. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing, but like I said, it's good to get out and have a walk, because I have been sedentary for 4 days and that's not healthy. So can think of worse places to have a walk. Still haven't been down the beach. Forgot the energy might do it late today. But going on that would also mean that the buses are on a public holiday timetable, I would think. So yeah, it's just pretty bizarre. like I say, when you're not working, you get to curse public holidays because it's just an inconvenience for you. But when I was working, I was hanging out for them. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.